It's so delightful. It smells super high quality.
Honey is okay, Chris. This is good.
It is a really, really pretty scent. I can see why this one is getting all of the compliments.
Oh, this is very sexy.
This fragrance is called The Boss by Christopher Lee Fragrances, but I had to reach out to them on Instagram and tell them, your fragrance is bomb. Like, that's good.
I'm a money magnet, draped in designer, I stay high fashion. Kiss you bougie, know I'm high maintenance. Alright y'all, what's up with it? It's Big Boss coming back with another video. I just want to kind of walk y'all through my process and my thoughts of making fragrances. I know a lot of people out here might not think I make these fragrances from scratch. I can understand that, man. And people think that I get these oils and I just bottle them up or something, but I'm not like that, man. You know what I'm saying? I like to make my own when it comes to everything I do. Even with these videos that y'all watching, I edit every video, I make the thumbnails, I'll be in the description trying to write a little description. I think of every video, you know what I mean? Like all the graphics, all the little green screen stuff I do, everything y'all see from me ever is always created by me, because I like critical feedback and I'm a little particular on how I like my things edited, and I like the budget too. I don't like to allocate my money to things that I can just do myself. So I edit my videos to save money, I do my thumbnails to save money, I bought the microphones, I research a lot and go to Ghetto University to save this money, you know what I mean? And same thing with making these fragrances, but this is my technique of how I make my fragrances. I grabbed me a bunch of tester strips, you know what I mean? I can just get these from Amazon. I wanted to be bougie and hit up the Chinese sellers, like make me some custom tester strips, but why pay $100 or $200 on some custom tester strip with my name on it when I can just grab some from Amazon? Because I'm throwing these away anyway, I don't be caring. These right here, it's my oils, you feel me? I got them labeled, everything I need, I got them labeled. Like you can see the little labels I write on them. I don't know if you can see, but like I be numbering them because sometimes I get confused, and you know bergamot might not be able to fit on these little stickers that I use, so I just try to use the barcode number that's on the bergamot oil to put on a thing or whatever. And that's kind of how I do it, man. I got a whole bunch of these right here. Like I got like a whole bunch of these. Y'all can't see them because the camera, but if I was to lower the camera a little bit on the table, you can see it's all my oils, you feel me? So first thing I do, okay, so the first thoughts that go through my head when I'm making a new fragrance is I get inspired by the compliments that I have been getting with certain fragrances. So my first instinct is to try to combine or recreate that same type of vibe. So I get inspired like how everybody else get inspired. Like when somebody make a movie, if you talk to the director, they might tell you that what inspired this movie was another movie I watched. Well, it's kind of like that with fragrances. We keep just building upon. I don't recreate the wheel. I kind of just try to build upon what everybody else already liked. So right now, I've already been liking the love I've been getting with this YSL Y Le Parfum and this Tom Ford Noir Extreme. The reason why I say that is because the dry down is crazy. Like it's something about that mix that they put inside this fragrance. Even when I look up the different notes, because sometimes I just go on Fragrantica. If y'all don't know, I just go on Fragrantica and just try to get a little cheat sheet, because you know they gotta tell y'all the notes inside the fragrances by law, because some people be allergic to certain things. So they gotta put what notes they put inside a fragrance, but they do not have to tell you how much of the note that they use. So that's the code trying to get the recipe, you know what I'm saying? So when it comes to this Noir Extreme Parfum, they got like vanilla, leather, suede, amber, tonka bean, wood, cedar. They got a lot of notes in there, and I'm realizing with all fragrances that got real good dry downs, it's like the notes are always normally the same in the base notes. They got some wood in there, you know what I'm saying? Some musk, and it's like they always got tonka bean, cedar, and patchouli, and it's tonka bean and cedar inside both of these base notes. So I want to recreate that same feel. So I already got my my tonka bean and my cedar right here. I just grab a tester strip, and all I do, y'all, I just unscrew the bottle, make sure I suck some up. I just apply a real small dab right there on the stick. I let that dry a little bit. I grab the tonka bean, I dab it on the stick. Now, because the tonka bean and the cedar are two notes I know I'm not gonna change, this stick is gonna be like the bass note stick. That's kind of how I look at these sticks, like the bass note sticks. So when it comes to the bass note sticks, I get my marker, I put 3 lines on the bottom. That's kind of how I always do mine. I put the tonka bean on there, I put 3 strips down here. The 3 strips mean bass notes. Only I know that. I put 1 strip when it's the top note strip. I put 2 strips when it's the middle note, and then when it's the bass notes, I put 3 lines. Y'all kind of get what I'm saying. So this isn't gonna change. I know I'm gonna put tonka bean, I know I'm gonna put cedar in here, so I place this to the side. Now I got a few more scents I wanted to test out. I got this geranium oil I had picked up. So what I'm gonna do is, this is all I do. I just put the geranium, you know what I'm saying, 1 dot. I got some sage, and I put that right there. You feel me? So I got some sage on here. I got some lavender on here. I got tonka bean and cedar right here. And then I simply just wave them. You know, that's all I do. I wave them. I get a good feel. Depending on if I like this combination, I might add more tonka. I really like heavy tonka inside the bottom note. So that's kind of how I do. I add more tonka. I might add another bass note. I might add some patchouli. You know what I mean? I already put patchouli on here earlier. And then I kind of smell them. I get that vibe like, okay, that's sexy, that's alluring. I can see my fragrances drying down to this. Then I start plugging and playing. I put some ginger, grapefruit, and apple on this stick, and I just stick it right here. I put 1 drop of oil, and then I spray it. And then sometimes I'll be getting like a smell that I don't like, so sometimes I just take things away. Like I'll just take the patchouli away. If I take the patchouli away, I'll smell it again, and I'll just kind of think like, do I like that? And sometimes I'll stumble across a combination that I like. Sometimes it'd be like maybe like 4 strips. I gotta write it down on my notes or whatever. I get my nice little combination, and if I like that, I put it to the side and I just sit on it for a couple hours. You know what I'm saying? I put it to the side, I sit on it, and I come back to it. If I still like that scent profile in a couple of hours, I write down that combination, put it to the side, and then I start a new one. So my goal of what I like to do with my fragrances is make at least 10 fragrances, okay? I make 10 fragrances. They all kind of smell similar to each other, and I just slowly start narrowing down. I might bring a small bottle. Like sometimes I'll fill up my own perfume bottles with the concoction, and then I'll wear it for like a month or 2 to try to get that real good vibe once I narrow down the selections. And then I'll just go to my friends' jobs, call my friends over, call my girl, ask her how it smells. If she like it and I catch the vibes, that's when I start thinking of a name. When I start thinking of the name, I start coming up with how I'm gonna market it, and that's just how I come up with my fragrances. But I want to let y'all know that I sped through this really fast, but it's not a fast process. It take a long time. Like the boss took me about like a year to make. After that, the fragrances kind of went down the time because I kind of figured out a good little formula. But I'm gonna let y'all know that making scents take a long time. If y'all guys want to know where I get my oils from, hit me up. If you want to know where I get my tester strips, hit me up. If y'all want a special class, if you guys want to make your own fragrance, y'all can hit me up. I charge, and I don't even charge too much. You know what I'm saying? It's under $500. We can go on the phone, bring your notebook. I got me a couple PowerPoints. We can hop on a Zoom call. I can teach you guys how to make these fragrances, because once you start making your own fragrance, you might not even shop at Dior no more. You're going to be in your own lab, cooking up, smelling uniquely like how you really want to smell. Because sometimes you might go to the store like how I was, and you can't find a fragrance that really screams to you. Like you might get a fragrance and just think like, why didn't they put no tube rolls in this? You might get a fragrance and be like, why didn't they put no sage in here? Why this got so much apple in it? Things like that. So when you make your own fragrance, you can do literally whatever you want to do. So I want to let y'all guys know that is how I come up with the process of making my fragrances. And let me know if I kind of ran through this process a little too fast, because I don't mind slowing it down and showing y'all step by step. It's gonna take a long time, but I just want to let y'all know my process and what I do. Okay, I love you guys so much. I want you guys to stay fly. I am trying to work on some new scents. Like I said, I'm trying to get something that smells like MFK 72, yeah, mixed with a little bit of Grand Soir. Yeah, I mean, I've been layering them too. I like that combo. I want to come out with something that evokes that same type of prestige, but that's still affordable. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm working on. I love y'all so much, my big boss, man. I'm gonna keep working. Stay fly, stay looking good. I love y'all, and I'm